Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the WanderCast podcast. It's JJ here, and it's been a long time, but we're back with another episode, and I'm joined today by my good friend Joker and IQB. Say hi, guys.
Hello, how you doing?
Good. So, Joker, let's get into. We're just basically, if you're new around here, firstly, this kind of WonderCast podcast is where we just talk anything about Counter-Strike or gaming or general news that's coming out. So we're just going to jump right into the topics we've got for you guys today. So the first one, let's talk about Gambit and their recent performances, Joker, because they've looked hot, haven't they, on the server?
I guess he froze.
Okay, we lost Joker.
Yes, now you have me.
We got.
What are the Gambits? Give me a little brief.
So Gambit are this kind of Russian CS Counter-Strike team, and they've been doing really, really well recently. They've won like a couple of events,
Okay.
and basically the storyline is that they've got a really young team and they're doing quite well. But seeing as you you might not know them too well, why don't we let's see if Joker comes back.
But I'm kind of seeing they had a, how do you say, they got second in the last tournament. So
Yeah.
why?
Um,
Well, Gambit are good, aren't they? They've got Hobbit.
Oh, we've got you back, Joker. Yeah. So we were just talking about Gambit and how they're doing in the server right now. What's your take on it?
My take. Well, I think they were quite unlucky to not take ESL Pro League. But I have to say, I think Gambit overall this year they've been really solid. I think having Hobbit on the team, obviously he's a major winner and he's leading this really young team. It works really well for them because they've got someone with experience to. And they can learn off him, and I think that's the really advantageous thing for Gambit at the minute, and I think that's why they're doing so well.
Yeah, and I think also what helps Gambit is they're benefiting from this storyline where you've got Hobbit, the major winner in 2017 PGL major, and then it went downhill for him, and it ended up, it was originally Gambit Youngsters, and it was full of young players, and he was there kind of, still there, going through all the kind of, going through tier 2 stuff, and then eventually they've just risen back up to this, into the main Gambit roster, and I've got a few stats here, so from HLTV, so they're on a 6-win streak at the moment, match stats, and an 86% win rate in the last 3 months. So, they've faltered a bit recently, but they're still looking pretty good, and with DreamHack Masters Spring on right now, they're looking pretty good. We lost Joker again.
Yes, now you have me again. I hear nice stuff. I'm looking forward. Good luck then. Are there any soon tournaments going on?
Yeah. So currently, there's the DreamHack Masters event, and they're still in that, I believe. Yeah, they won over Navi yesterday. So they won 2 maps to Navi's 1. So that means they will continue into the tournament. They go, I think, to the semi-finals now because they won. So yeah. Right now, because Joker's seems to have lagged out, I would like to talk about you, IQB, and what it's like being a woman in gaming or CSGO or general. Do you want to tell us a bit?
Yes. It's very nice. People think I'm mostly like a 16-year-old, so I'm vibing. They don't know. And if they know, I had some nice matches. Very, very, how do you say, serious, mature games. Like, people were pretty positive and talking. We were winning. I was carrying, so.
Yeah. Would you like to see more women representation in gaming in general, esports?
For sure, like, come on, dude, like, the Pro Liga, it's dudes only. Are there even any female players in the CSGO Pro League?
Well, there's a whole scene for
oh, yeah, I remember Red.
Yeah.
Thank you. I don't know if Gen 6 has a female team, but they have a Fortnite team.
I'm not sure.
But, any other female? I don't know. I don't think that Red is actually active currently, so maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
Oh yes, we'll raise a glass to that. More people in.
Yeah, let's raise a nice glass of apple juice.
Great stuff. Are you doing anything to kind of push this forward?
For sure. Like, so, I'm a woman in game ambassador. Yes. And we're trying to motivate not new, come on, like younger generations to be more involved in video games. There are also new projects going on, like in England, in the United Kingdom, the first girl got a scholarship in gaming, for video gaming,
Nice.
which is very nice. Yes, we like it. And now there's another project with Riot going on and with Women in Game esports and friends. So we have, I guess, 8 talented female players in games like Valorant, Rainbow Six, and LoL going on. My superior picked some nice gamers. We had some nice interviews, nice, summaries of them. So let's see what goes gonna happen. So we're going to the moon.
Well, I honestly love the work you're doing over there. It's really good because I want to see more equal representation in in gaming, but also at the top level of play as well. Because it's diversity, and as we move forward, we're gonna need to have a diverse pool of players.
Yes. That's why I'm here.
Yes. Joker, are you with us? No, he's still having technical troubles, so sorry about that, everyone. Yes. Let me move on then to talking a bit about recent performances, specifically Cadian's crazy 1v4 clutch that happened recently. It was honestly ridiculous. I don't know if anyone watching this has seen it, but go and just type in Cadian 1 versus 4 and you will find it. Now this was quite some time ago. Good. It was quite some time ago.
3 weeks ago.
Yes. It was a long time ago. And I'm trying to remember what tournament it was at now.
I don't know either.
It was Pro League, yeah. ESL Pro League. Yeah.
Pros League Season 13 Grand Finals.
Yeah, and it was the Grand Finals, Heroic versus Gambit, and it was so good. I would honestly, please go and watch that. Machine and Chad Birchall did a great commentary on it, and it was magical. That clip is incredible. It's been watched 1.9 million times, and it is honestly the stuff of dreams. People have even been talking about whether Cadian should get a graffiti on the map, Mirage, for that play that he did, the clutch. But obviously Valve are saying, Valve's kind of stance on this, I think, is they don't give it unless it's a major.
Wait. I guess I watched it. I guess this was one of the matches. Sorry, I'm interrupting.
No, go ahead.
Where the chat goes like insane because there was a female staff member in the background.
Right. Okay.
I was like, what's happening? Like, why are they treating her like this? Like, strong woman, no problem. We are all strong. But I was like,
Yeah, it was, honestly though, it was incredible. Joker, are you with us again? No, he's still in and out, I think, dipping in and out. But anyway, that was Just amazing for them to win ESL Pro League in that fashion. So, you know, I guess well done to Heroic. And even now, what is incredible is they are playing in DreamHack Masters Spring 2021, and two of their players, Cadian and Tessus, in that roster have recently got positive results for COVID, and they're still playing in a safe environment and winning. So well done to Heroic.
I guess if you don't have the heavy symptoms of being like
Yeah,
sick, you can be a human, but you can't interact with other people in social terms.
yeah. I think it's all kind of safe. They were at LAN at ESL Pro League, but I think they've since split up and gone, you know, home to their bedrooms to game, as we all do.
Call it home office.
Yeah. The next thing I would like to bring up as well was obviously something that happened very recently. And if you are a Counter-Strike fan, you will have seen this and you will know what has been going on if you've been following it. Astralis.
I'm not sure.
That's okay, I'll tell you. Astralis, one of the biggest CSGO brands, esports brands in the world, and one of the best rosters ever. They were together for over 5 years. Together, the team won 4 major trophies, which is a record in Counter-Strike no one has beaten so far. They were the first team to win a Grand Slam of 4 Intel Extreme Master events in a row, getting an extra £1 million in the prize pool. And the main man, Device, recently left. And I think if anyone's been watching Astralis, they have been struggling recently. I think it's fair to say.
Why?
Because their in-game leader a couple of months ago and another player on the team, ZipX and Glaive, they had to take some time off for illness and stress-related stuff. And then they came back and it just didn't seem the same Astralis that had dominated for so long. The team wasn't gelling in the same way. You could see it in the games and the results weren't quite as good. And oh, Joker, you're back. We lost you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you think of Device going to NIP, Ninjas in Pyjamas?
I think it's something very good for NIP, and I think it's going to help the younger players for them. But I also think it helps Device a lot. I mean, yeah, he's been at Astralis for a very long time, but he's lived in Sweden for a long time now, and I think it helps him a lot just to be closer to home.
Yeah.
But no, I think when I first saw it, I was quite shocked because I was like, surely he can't be leaving it. I mean, they're getting back in their stride. They're getting back to, you know, how they were a few years ago.
Yeah.
But when he'd gone to NIP and replaced Nork, I was very intrigued about how this would work if they would be speaking English, or Device would learn Swedish. But no, it's very interesting to see, and I think Astralis will miss him, and I think it gives Bulski a chance to obviously play, because he didn't really play a lot. I think he played one game in like 3 months. So I think it allows Bulski to come back onto the radar, and I think it gives Nip you know, a pretty big advantage. I mean, I heard his price they got him for was just
crazy.
a mil, so
Yeah.
not bad, you know.
Just going back on your point there about a Device, you know, maybe the decision he talked about on Twitter what his decision-making process was for this a bit, and he was talking about, as you said, you know, living in Sweden for some time, and I think he even speaks pretty good Swedish anyway, or knows some of the language anyways. But I think during the whole pandemic, as it were, I think a lot of players have been thinking about previously extremely busy travel schedules and you know, just the craziness of traveling everywhere. And I think a number of pros have been thinking, especially as pros get older, of, you know, just making life a bit easier for themselves. Like Twist, for example, joining FaZe, and he now, you know, lives in Europe, so not in America, so it's easy, not easier for him when he left Liquid, and seemingly Device the same position really. But I also want to ask you, what do you think the future is for Astralis? Do you think this roster with Bubsky in it will stay, or do you think S-Tag is going to be coming in? Oh, S-Tag. Don't know how you say his name.
Well, yes, obviously, after Cloud9 backed out of CSGO, and obviously the entire roster was, you know, just let go, and obviously we had Zephyr and Floppy go to Valorant. It's hard to say if S-Tag will come back. Yes, you could say in better form than both of you, but at the same time, we don't really know, because I read something before, and it was about how Cloud9 bought Astralis, but ended up doing that. And I think if that was the case for how Astralis went, I think you were saying to yourself, do you want to stay on this team with the legacy you have, or just completely go to somewhere else? And I think, in my opinion, I'm glad that they Cloud9 did buy Astralis, and that all the players are still there. But I think if showing results, I think we could see some changes. But at the minute, they look alright. He's, you know, he's fitted in well. They've obviously made it to the playoffs with DreamHack, so we'll just have to see where they come in the tournament, and goes on from there.
Yeah, and Astralis just actually lost recently in DreamHack to Heroic 2-0. It was a bit of a smashing, to be honest. I think it was yesterday or maybe the day before. And
yes, I did. And I saw that, because I think that gave Heroic the semi-final, same as Gambit.
yes, yeah. So that propels them forward a lot, and it's incredible considering, as I was saying to IQB earlier, that 2 players on Heroic's team have COVID, which is, you know, amazing that they're somehow performing like that under those conditions.
Sometimes people can commit in very sick motivation, because if you're a true gamer, not even true gamer, if you have the condition for it, or if you feel like so focused, you can even play like pregnant. Yo.
Well, there you go. There's a bit of motivation.
Just saying Cajun is just like, he's fighting so well nowadays.
Cajun?
Yeah.
You mean?
Yeah, he's like bringing his team, you know. He's
You mean Cadian, not Cajun B?
Cadian,
yeah.
No, I'm just saying, Cajun's, you know, he's been on this roster for a long time, and then obviously he's got these additions. And I think his clutch was sick, and I think that inspired this group of players. They've only been together, I think, since February.
Yeah, I'm really
inspired them.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see what this Heroic team can do, and certainly as we actually have a major this year, hopefully PGL.
Sure?
In November, yes, PGL committed. There's going to be a major in Sweden, hopefully. I can't promise that, though. Let's hope we can finally get a major this year. We didn't have one in 2020. Let's, fingers crossed, it goes ahead. It's, same. It's not the first LAN event, though. I think there is a... is it IEM Cologne, I think? Maybe they're doing it LAN? I don't know. Anyway, I just can't wait for the return of LAN, guys, either way. You know, there's nothing compares to a stadium, to be honest.
I wanted to join the last event, the E9 on 79. there was a tournament going on, like
Yeah.
yes. I would actually go there. I fight with my colleagues, so I was like, we don't need to go to work.
Yeah.
But those guys, serious. But it got cancelled.
Ah, no. That
And
sucks.
this year, the same date, I got free. But there's nothing to do.
That sucks.
It's like super unlucky, like, come on,
Yeah.
like, why me?
Yeah, that's a sad one. Right, so moving on, let's talk about Tarek. So Tarek was, well, I suppose he's still on his contract actually. So he's a benched CSGO player, former, major winner, played for bench CSGO player for Evil Geniuses CSGO team. And in April, they had a roster change because, quite frankly, I cannot believe that Evil Geniuses were prepared to wait this long even before they were going to actually change up the roster. Because, in my opinion, the project had not been working for months, and you could see that they were not getting the results, and something had to change. I think Tarek might be going to Valorant, and I don't know how you think about that. Do you think guys, that pro players should feel some kind of loyalty towards a game, or I mean, there's a lot of, no, yeah,
Easy. Why?
yeah,
I don't know. Like, imagine being loyal to one game, but your interest is shifting, and then you are just how do you say, your gameplay, your strength, you're just losing it, you're not that focused, and then you just perform bad. Like,
yeah. Joke, are you with us?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do agree with IQB on certain points, but I also think, I mean, Tarek, he's the content king, man. He's been around for a long time, and I think obviously he said he would try out streaming, and I think that's great to see. He's not.
Cool. You might have, he's cut out again, guys. I think he's.
From here on out.
We lost you for a second. But no, but basically, I got the gist of what you were saying. You're basically saying that, it's great. At least he's not, I suppose, committing to Valorant straight away, like Ethan did.
I'm glad he's sticking around.
I think I agree. It's partly with what IQB said. Like, no player, from the person's perspective, you've always got to be working on your personal development, and if that means that for your career that you have to go naturally into another direction, then fine. Like, and he's won a major, so in a sense, Tarek has achieved what most players will never achieve, playing a game. And I respect that, but looking at it from the bigger picture, it's going to fuck the CSGO scene, excuse my language, but it really will, because I'm concerned, as someone who loves the game and really loves the CSGO esports scene, it's worrying to see how bad NA, North American Counter-Strike, is at the moment. And, I was watching the Richard Lewis show recently, he's a journalist. He's been around for ages. He was the one that broke the I Buy Power skin scandal. You guys should look that up if you don't know about it. It's pretty well known. And he was saying, what?
What was his name again?
Richard Lewis, very famous kind of CSGO journalist, and he broke a famous skin scandal that involved a number of players getting banned by Valve. But he was basically talking about how he thinks that, CS esports might not last that long. And he was saying maybe wait till the major, and I think he has a point there. He was saying that if this major goes well, if it's a good major, and we get a good crowd, and no problems there are no problems, and if there's a good storyline, then there's a chance of the scene surviving, but that he was he was suggesting that it might just collapse. I mean, I don't think it will be necessarily that bad, but I think the problem is that
No.
NA teams are just being forced to come to Europe to boot camp, and that's the problem, I think. I don't know what you guys think.
No, I don't think the scene is going to crumble because of these CSGO pros moving to Valorant. I think we're still going to have a scene where a lot of young players are still going to be coming in, and you've got TTR, he's come in. Who else? Bobski's, he's still young. Refresh. You've got a lot of young players, you know, who are still in the scene, and obviously, as I was saying, flocking there some young players, but they move to Valorant. It's not like all young players just swiftly go to Valorant. You've still got some staying in this scene. I mean,
Yeah.
You've got loads, honestly. Ovo as well. Like he moved to Evil Geniuses, and did he go to Valorant when he left from Complexity and wanted, you know, he wanted to go home, and that's understandable to be with family because he spent 6 months with Colin, and I think I'm glad to see him stay and show how a lot of young players will still stay in the scene, and you know they love Counter-Strike, they love playing the game, they love doing what they do, and I think it's good to see that not everyone just wants to forget about CSGO and just go straight to this new upcoming game.
Yeah. But also another thing I was interestingly seeing on the Richard Lewis show was how Valve have a particular way, as we all know, of kind of talking with a community in a sense that they don't always do it very well. Whereas I think the worry is that over at Valorant, Riot Games seem to do their marketing and talking to the community a lot better and engaging better. You know, within a few days, the Valorant Twitter page or something had like over 1 million followers, but I think CS:GO doesn't need to worry. We've still got a pretty decent game. I think that wraps up. There's still hope. That wraps up that segment, I think.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah.
It's two different games. Like
Yeah.
you have one community and another. Nothing's going to change if a player moves to a different community. Nothing. It's going to stay the same. I think CS will stay the same.
Well, I wasn't really just saying just the players. I think when you look at it, a lot of NA teams are having to be forced to kind of come to Europe to compete because the NA, you know, on NA servers, it's just not the kind of level of Counter-Strike that you get in Europe. Sorry, NA North American, any people from North America, but it just isn't. It's not the same CS style of CS, and you see a lot of North American teams are forced to come over to Europe to get that experience, and it's costly, honestly, to boot camp.
Yeah, it is costly, but it's at the end of the day, you're playing against some of the best teams in the world, some of the best players, and you're not just stuck in your region like one country like America. You're not just stuck with the same players. If you go to Europe, you get to play with different players.
Yeah. Cool.
Players, players. Don't just stick with American, Canadian, Brazilian. You actually get play against someone else for once and see how they.
Yeah. Well, thanks. Yeah, thanks for that one, Joker. I think that wraps it up quite nicely for this episode. So, thank you guys for watching this episode of the WanderCast. And I know it's been a long time, but thanks for those that have stuck around. Please make sure to give it a like, share it, and subscribe for more content like this. And I want to say a big thank you to Joker and IQB for joining me today. Anything you want to say, guys?
No problem.
Yeah. Okay. We'll see you next time, guys. Bye.